I think part of it is the steps that I've seen him take this year. You know, you expect players to take that next step, and he has continued to do it all year. And you know, I told him after the game he grew up a lot today. You know, because you think about he's starting to get tired after 6 innings. It's the part of the lineup that's given him the trouble, and he was able to get that extra inning, which I thought was really important for our bullpen. And to me, that's growing up.
Other questions for Joe? Over here, go.
Judge had that one hit with that. That was a key at bat against Bauer in the second. What allowed him to challenge Bauer so much where he was kind of forced to throw fastballs?
I just think, you know, again, I've said he's been patient, and he continues to be patient, and they're making a lot of good pitches on it. There's no doubt about it. But he's maintaining his strike zone, and when he gets a pitch to hit, you know, a lot of times he's able to hit it, and he was able to do that tonight. And that is a huge hit. I mean, that's a big hit. There's a big difference between 2 and 4, and it allowed Sevy to relax a little bit. And, you know, they kind of clawed their way back into it. You know, they got it to 5-3, but we were able to add on, and that's really important against a club like this, that we were able to change the momentum back.
To your right, Joe, in the Plaid.
You guys have a lot of momentum going into this Game 5. How important do you think that is for a lot of these young players on this team?
Well, the fact that we've been able to play in some of these games, I think, helps. You play in the game Minnesota, you play in a game where you're down 2-0, you're down 2-1. You're facing a guy that we really didn't do anything off of the last time. So, I mean, obviously we know we're facing a great pitcher, but there's a lot of confidence in that room, and they pick each other up, and they grind out at bats, and pitchers pick each other up, and make big pitches. So, it should be a lot of fun Wednesday.
In the center, Joe. Hazel.
Joe, getting back to Severino, what specifically did you see the difference in the way he attacked the Indians lineup this time as the previous game in the wild card game?
I thought he was I thought he was on the corners more. I thought he was down more today. He really didn't hit a spot. I asked Larry after that 6 hitters that he saw in that game against Minnesota, and I said, you know, he was up. He goes, he didn't really hit one spot the whole night in that game. But tonight he did, and I think he was able to relax a lot more. He was able to control his adrenaline. I believe the first fastball we saw against him, for him against Minnesota, was 100, and maybe the first one was 96 tonight. And he was able to, you know, channel things down and make his pitches, as opposed to just trying to power his way through it.
Seated in the back row.
Joe, each time your team has been faced with a must-win, they've been stepped up to the challenge. Has you learned anything throughout this stretch with your team that's maybe caught you off guard?
No, I don't think so. You know, I've seen them step up a lot during the course of the season, but obviously, you know, when you're in the playoffs, I think it's important to learn how to win those games, and I think you see players mature pretty quickly in these type of games. So, you know, moving forward, I think it's important. Obviously, Wednesday's a really big game, and let's see what happens.
Joel, to your right, Joe.
I recognize it's a lot, but I wonder if you could in some way frame the past 48 hours from how you personally and this team might have felt on Saturday and how you feel right now.
Yeah. You know, when you go through what, you know, we went through on, I don't even remember what day that was, Friday. It's as difficult as a loss as I've had in as a manager. Had some difficult losses as a player, but it's really difficult, and it's difficult because I care so much, and it's not just, you know, it's not caring about myself, it's caring about everyone else that is involved and that is wrapped up in the Yankee baseball. You know, whether it's the fans, the front office, the owner, the players, the trainers, the support staff, the coaches. I really care. And, you know, we've gotten it back to 2-2, and, you know, we got a shot now. So it's a totally different feeling than it was the other day, and these guys have picked me up.
To your right, Joe. Ken.
Joe, could you just walk us through the 8th with Dellin and then Hanley?
Yeah, well, I mean, Dellin, you know, struggled throwing strikes, and I just felt like, you know, I had to make the move to go to Canley. And in a night where you're trying to stay away from Chapman, you know, I'm trying to do everything I can to stay away from Chapman. So, I just felt like I had to make the move. You know, his other 4 innings have been really pretty good, but tonight he was a little off.
And also your DH spot.
Yeah. Well, they're due. That's the bottom line. They're due. So hopefully they have a big night on Wednesday.